to improve your aim in FPS games and build up muscle memory. So today I thought I'd just do a video on how to improve your aim on PC, and this is pretty much for up and coming PC gamers who have just built their gaming PCs. So the first thing we're going to talk about is mouse and keyboard, preferably of your decision. So I know this might be confusing to new PC gamers, but just bear in mind. So the first thing we're going to talk about is mouse DPI. DPI means dot per inches. Typically on the box of a mouse you'll see 8000 DPI or this or whatever. It's in big bold letters. It's trying to get you to buy that mouse because it's got a high DPI. Anything over 3000 DPI is purely overkill and you do not need it. The second thing we're going to talk about is mouse pulling rate. If you don't know what mouse pulling rate is, it's how often your mouse communicates with the USB port on your gaming PC. A typical gaming mouse will have this set at 1000 Hz. If it's anything below 1000 Hz, do not go for it. So before we talk about mouse shape and comfort, the third thing you're going to want to know about is optical versus laser. Here's just my 2 cents on it. If you were to buy a robot, you'd much rather buy a robot with lasers than opticals. This is what mouse companies are trying to tell people, which is completely bullshit. Typically, laser mice are a bit of a gimmick. They let you have potentially a higher DPI, but there's no need to have a high DPI. An optical mouse with 4000 DPI is completely perfect. You don't need anything more than that. Mouse shape and comfort. To find the best mouse for you, you're just simply going to have to put your hand on the mouse and test it out. I would recommend going on Amazon and using their returns policy, buying a couple of mice and a mouse mat. A mouse mat which I would recommend is the SteelSeries QCK Heavy, or if you want a big mat, you can use the Goliath Alpha, which is by Razer, and it is a pretty big mat. Mouse correction. Mouse correction is built into some mice. I know my G400S, it was built into it, and then with a firmware update they were able to get rid of it. It's also called mouse prediction or angle snapping, and it's basically where your mouse is judging for itself instead of actually using more accurate ways of telling where it is, and it's most prevalently on laser mice. So if you're getting a laser mouse, just look out for that. Finding your sensitivity. So there's 3 things that affect your sensitivity when you play games. The first thing is the DPI of your mouse. The second thing is your Windows sensitivity, which is the slider in your Windows, and then your in-game sensitivity. Just for preference, I leave my DPI at 400, I leave my Windows sensitivity as 6, and I just change my in-game sensitivity so then I get the same sensitivity in every game. That way I build muscle memory. There's a couple of things that you're going to want to do before you even start playing games. The first one is to go into your Windows settings and disable Enhanced Pro Interprecision, which makes your mouse feel a bit swoopy. The second thing you're going to want to download is the MarkC Fix, which basically gets rid of mouse acceleration, and that's what you don't want. You don't want mouse acceleration on top of mouse acceleration. The second thing you're going to need is basically to go onto this website that I'm going to leave in the description. All the links are going to be in the description, and whatever your sensitivity is on that, it should correlate into other games. The only way you're going to find your mouse sensitivity is by physically going into a game, playing a couple of rounds and tweaking your mouse sensitivity. The one way you will tell if your aim is getting better is if you are under aiming or if you are over aiming. That way, if you're under aiming, you're not using your full muscle memory. If you're over aiming, you have to turn down your sensitivity. So to finish this commentary off, I just thought I'd talk about some random tips that are not really to do with aim but can help your aim. In Battlefield 4, you're going to want to turn off the last 3 settings to get the best out of your game. That way you won't get any lag and you will do better in games. The second thing is, if you upgrade to Windows 8.1, there's something like a 50% increase depending on what you're using. At the moment, like I said, I'm using a Sapphire 4GB DualX R9 270X graphics card. If I had Windows 8.1, I would be able to take advantage of Mantle, and I'd be able to take advantage of the DirectX. And the second point that I want to bring up is higher frame rate gives you an advantage. What I mean by this is a lot of people will tell you if your monitor is a 60Hz monitor that if you're getting 120Hz that it won't feel smoother. Pretty much, I know this from upgrading from a really bad graphics card, that it makes a world of difference. The higher the frame rate, the better. Doesn't matter what the hertz are on your monitor, it will feel a lot smoother. A lot of professionals will even tell you this, and if you want to prove this, go out and buy a 120 Hz monitor or 120. You will be able to tell the difference straight away. A monitor that I really do recommend that I'm actually saving up for is the BenQ XL2411T or the BenQ XL2411. So today's commentary is coming to an end. I'd just like to say thank you all for watching, and if this has helped you, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. So thanks for watching. My name is Shane, and I'll see you